You know, people are so worried about hurricanes in Florida and in the Sarasota area, and they're just not an issue, really. The worst it gets, and I love days like this when we have what we call these cloud dumps. You know, how cool is that? And you know, over there where I just came from, it's a big dump. You got to use your windshield wipers, and I will be honest about that. But over here on South Lido Key Beach, it is amazing, and I love coming to the beach on days like today because, especially this morning, we saw these big ferocious clouds where if I had seen them up in Missouri where I'm from, I would have headed to the storm cellar. But you know, it is just gorgeous here, and as you can see, the sun is out where I'm standing, and you know, it's just not that big a deal. The turtle nest here is very protected and undisturbed. It is turtle nesting season, so a great time to be here. And people say, oh, I don't want to live in Florida in the summertime. Well, here we are, well past Memorial Day in June, and I can stand here, and I just had to go on an appraisal this morning, so that's why I'm a little overdressed for the beach. But how gorgeous is this? There is a sailboat down there that is anchored, and people are just not a whole lot of people out here, which is another reason to love days like this. So, you know, let's take a look at how ferocious looking these clouds are. And you know, that's the thing about Florida. You hear it in a lot of places, but it's especially true here. If you don't like the weather, just wait a minute, or in this case, just drive to another location, because right over there we got a big cloud dump going on. But right here, the sun is out and the clouds are gorgeous. I just came from Siesta Key, where the appraisal was, and we had a cloud dump going on down there too as well. But again, it's just so variable this time of year, and you just have to be kind of patient. Now, again, I had to really do a Midwestern mindset adjustment here, because when I first moved here, I would see clouds like that, almost looking like funnel clouds, and I'm going like, oh my gosh, I need to like take shelter, and are the tornado sirens going off anytime soon? And that's the thing, you know, when you have grown up in the Midwest. I mean, I grew up in kindergarten having to respond to tornado sirens then, when we would hide underneath our desks, like, you know, that was going to do a lot of good if a tornado was coming. But just how gorgeous is this? And you know, you kind of have to get over this fear, especially of hurricanes. It just is not a huge deal, and everybody fears the tornado is going to come up their driveway, or the hurricane is going to come up their driveway, or a tornado. There's actually, I think, as much risk between the two. It's pretty similar, really. And the media, and because I used to be a TV reporter, I understand this, that you know, they really want you to be afraid so you'll watch, and of course it's always about ratings. But as you can see right behind me, that's the Sarasota skyline right in there, and it is looking gorgeous even in these stormy times. So we're going to walk back toward the main part of Lido Beach, where I want to see what the skyline is, the horizon is doing there, because you just get so much of a variety here of people, and a lot of things to do even on a day like today. And having been an owner of a sailboat, you know, they are great conductors for lightning. The Tampa area is known as the lightning capital of the world, and I guess it is, but again, something that's kind of overrated. Not to minimize, yes, people have been struck dead by lightning and you're supposed to take cover, but all those alarms going off on the phone saying lightning is nearby, seek shelter. Yeah, cars work. I was actually in a car in Missouri that was struck by lightning back in the days when we had radio antennas that were on the outside of the car. That was pretty wild. There was this big flash and simultaneous clap of thunder. Now that was scary, but haven't had anything remotely like that happen here. Did have a sailboat that had the electronics fried out of it, but it was docked in our backyard canal back in the day when I had that kind of thing. But that was a very long time ago. Anyway, the skies are just gorgeous here, and a lot of variation. You know, it kind of, adds to the excitement of an otherwise boring day, normal boring day at the beach where we have our Florida sunshine, but we don't always. All right, to be continued. So we are leaving those storm clouds behind and walking to the main beach at Lido Key, where they've just dumped 300 feet of sand to re-nourish this beach so it can have room for all the spring breakers and the summer tourists that are about to descend on our area. We usually get them from Europe this time of year. But you can see quite stormy behind us, but take a look at the horizon, see how different it is. A little stormy looking out there, lots of buildup, and we often see the squalls breaking out. I guess we could call them squalls or storms that break out along the sea breeze here at this time of day. And you know, the radar shows it quite clearly. Not a big deal. I know everybody is so afraid of hurricanes, and we are officially in hurricane season, but you can see just how gorgeous it is along the shoreline. And this is the time to come to the beach. I actually got a great parking spot, so it's really quite gorgeous, even on days like today. Looking very threatening, but not everybody is evacuating the beach just yet. And I love coming on days like today because not so many people will come out and they see this and they think, oh, it's not going to be a good beach day. But depends what you like to look at. This is a lot of fun. So I'm really big into sharing weather with you because sometimes that is, well, often it is the reason that many of my clients say they don't want to move to Florida, or they're afraid of moving to Florida because a hurricane's going to get them. But truly, it's not. Those clouds are not your Midwestern clouds that you would see, or as I like to say, we're not in Kansas anymore, or Missouri, anywhere up there. This is just heaven on earth. All right, if you want to see more weather reports and weather conditions to make you feel comfortable living here, please like and subscribe below. Gotta run.